me record it. That way I can just upload directly. Alright. So we are currently 2-0, or not 2-0, 0-2 in this league. See if I can pick it up a bit. I've had a pretty awful time with these leagues, which is sort of funny because I've been doing really well at my weekly events. I guess I'm more accustomed to actually playing with cards now than I am on MTGO, but hopefully I can do a little better this evening. Hopefully the queue's not too long. It's prime time, really. I should probably change my hotkey to something else. For some reason it's sticking. That's not the best starting hand. It's also not terrible. I have a lantern. I'll have a shredder so I can start digging for lands if I need to. I think I'm going to keep this. Draw one more land and this hand is absolutely fantastic. Probably twin. I like this matchup a lot, especially with two Spells Kites in hand. Well, definitely twin. I'm trying to remember what the name of that tool is that lets you copy and paste stuff. Splitter or Splicer or something. Oh, look at chat! I'm Cancer! Grixis, alright. I'm gonna save the Spellskite for next turn. Tasker is sort of painful, although I had Pithy Needle for it. I figure he probably has Counterspell. He left up Counterspell Magic, or Counterspell Mana. Tasker's all his. Kind of figured he has Remand. I'm surprised he didn't Remand something. Make sure it's still working. I don't think this guy's very happy with me. He can have another Deceiver. I can resolve Spellskite on his turn 3, because if he has to counterspell, he can't combo out. I do not care about that. I don't really care about that either. I'm definitely going to need land number 3, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this. Time to start digging for bridge. He can have Serum Visions all day. He's going to draw a Polluted Delta. Still doesn't work correctly. It doesn't show me the top card, his top revealed card. Bridge digging time. I will cycle the Spell Bomb to get another card, another look. I know it's going to be a land at least. It's not bad. Pithing Needle's not great. I don't care about him drawing Serum Visions, although I guess he will cycle it. Pithing Needle's useless though. I'll go ahead and get that. That's playable. Not my favorite possible draw, but I will take it. I guess he doesn't realize I have another Spellskite in hand. Probably force out a counterspell with the Thoughtseize. So I'm not too worried about the Splinter Twin, although I guess he can snap terminate. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Snapcaster. Snapcaster's the best card in hand for him, I think. Because Splinter Twin's not gonna resolve. It's a little slow for me here. Probably just gonna let him have the Pester. Really not that scary for me. I want to keep digging through my deck. Snapcaster's bad news. I gotta mill that. Let me go ahead and mill him. I'm gonna shuffle myself on as well. We did it! We did it! Not really sure the purpose of this, but I guess you can flood the board. That doesn't do anything. So I don't care about Serum. He can draw another Deceiver. It's pretty close to a hard lock at this point. We got three mill rocks. I'm gonna play a little faster, talk less. Not much to say at this point. He's obviously just trying to waste my time. The salt. Ah. So for this matchup, Abrupt Decay is still an amazing card. My Surgicals and everything are great. Spell Bombs are not fantastic. Pithing Needles are solid, simply just for Tassiger, and I guess for Deceiver or whatnot. I usually take out a couple bells, because you don't only need 8 total mill rocks after sideboard. Probably don't need 3 Weldons. And I usually take out a Mox Opal. It's a solid sideboard right there. The salt makes me so happy. I probably enjoy it more than I should. Make sure my video is still working. Looks that way. I'm not sure why I don't. I'm missing my Ancient Grudge. I think I put the negate in there. Yeah, the negate is something I was following off of Zach's list, but I'm gonna take that back out and probably put in an Ancient Grudge again. I don't really feel like until I can find something better. I feel like that's the real flex slot in the sideboard. Needle, that's not a great hand. We're gonna mulligan this. It's not the worst hand I've ever seen, but it's not good. It would take turn 2 to get Metalcraft online, and there's no guarantee. I mean, Surgical's not great in this matchup. Basically use it for Snapcaster shenanigans to keep him from snapping back anything to wreck me with. This is not great, not terrible. I kind of like. This is sort of a hard one. I think I'm gonna mulligan it though. Looking like he's got a lot of hate here for game 2. Grafdigger's is staying in hand until I clear the Engineered Explosives. It's not really going to be key here for a little bit. Can't really play the Glimmer Void because he's going to Engineered Explosives me. Not my favorite start here. He's playing slow as well. I have Academy Runes to get back stuff once it dies. I just have to make sure I get stuff on the board. He's gonna have to blow up the engineered explosives here in a second. He's probably gonna cooldowns command it on end step. And that's fine. I don't really care that much. It's not really doing anything. There we go. Testing the waters here. Again, no real rush. He's hasn't done any damage. I mean, if he combos that right here, I lose. Fine. That does not do anything. He cannot play stuff from the graveyard. Clearing the way for my bridge. Gonna Duress again next turn. Play Glimmer Void. Have Abrupt Decay up for whatever he throws at me. Taking 5, doesn't matter. I'll have to speed up again. This one's pretty locked too. I can get my bell back after this turn. Or not my bell, my lantern. And I can just sit on Abrupt Decay in case he gets anything useful. Can't play spells in Graveyard, my friend. Yeah, this is a win. I'm just gonna keep recurring Spellskite if he decides to kill it. As soon as I get a Mill Rock, I'm good to go. There's the Shredder. This deck is not as much fun to play online as it is in person. Alright, I'm just gonna be rapidly skipping 2 turns now. Still got 28 cards. It's gonna take a few minutes. And he's not gonna concede. He's way too salty. I'm surprised he hasn't started just trying to waste my time yet. Thanks to the 2 people who are watching me at the moment. I appreciate it, guys. A little quieter than usual, but hey. I think I navigated these games pretty well. The first one was much better than the second. Well, I don't know. The second one was interesting because sat on like 5 or 6 cards in hand, which is really not the normal way these matches go. I would definitely go back and watch the first half of this game if you sort of want to see how a very unconventional start goes. We got a little lucky on the draw. Basically, if I didn't hit a bridge off of that Ancient Stirrings, probably would have been a loss. But it was a mulligan to 5, so anytime you want a mulligan to 5 feels pretty good. Ooh, 3 rows of permanents now. That's fun. I mean, this guy just doesn't know how to play against the deck. He's not trying to use any of his permanents to keep himself alive. I don't think he realized I already needed that. So all you guys tuning in, thanks for watching. You're basically just catching the tail end of this. Not gonna be anything interesting happening. I don't think he has a single out. He's not going to be playing the Shatterstorm. And I'm pretty sure Shatterstorm is only possible out. And with 2 Mill Rocks, it's just not going to happen. 2 Mill Rocks, 2 Lanterns, he's not going to hit it. It's impossible. Basically, I'm just passing turns. He has 1 Kolaghan's Command. That's not going to do it. Yeah, nothing interesting is going to happen. You did miss the fun part of this game. I do put them up on YouTube, though. The first 5 or 6 turns of this match were actually pretty interesting. Mulligan to 6 on him, Mulligan to 5 for me. I had to play around a Kolaghan's Command and a couple interesting turns, to be honest. Alright, that's Shredder number 3. Now I just mill him out. Yeah, this deck plays a lot faster live. Just too many clicks. Oh, Echoing Truth, I didn't see that one. Echoing Truth's a good card. I love the salty ones. Should I give him the salty pre-GG? Yeah, his name is very honest. My $30 ensnaring bridges. Yep. Are they $30? I have no idea. I've had this deck on here for forever. Yeah, I gotta cash out while I'm ahead. Definitely do this for the money. I'm probably done responding at this point. I don't really get that much more joy out of it. Although, you do have to get some sort of satisfaction out of the salt, otherwise, what are you playing this deck for? Although it is really good. And the fact that I just went on a mulligan to 5 against one of the grindiest decks in Magic feels pretty good. I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to. This is a good matchup. Grixis Twin's just too slow. I honestly feel like Blue Red Twin is significantly better against Lantern. Blood Moon is solid sometimes. This deck ends pretty quick in live because you can just see what's on top of their deck, and it's not as difficult to stop on their end step to mill if you have to. But unless there's a hotkey to stop on their end step, maybe it's F5. I don't know. I'm not particularly used to playing on Moto anymore. Yeah, in live play, I would literally just take the top card off my deck, stick it on the battlefield, and say go repeatedly. My turns take 5 seconds. And obviously milling is fast too. It's more time on them to actually manipulate the top of the library. Here I have to click my shredder, click his deck. The stupid windows on these library cards, they keep shrinking. For some reason, they don't stay the size you make them anymore. So it's actually sort of hard to tell what cards is on the top of the library. But yeah, it does take some time to get used to the card manipulation. Oh, I think he's actually going to time out. That's annoying. Oh, thanks for watching, Shipwreck. People have been asking me to do audio commentary, so I am going to do that from now on. I realized I could just mute my computer sound and still listen to music while I'm playing. That way, it doesn't get the audio keeps getting muted through Twitch, and also actually gets muted on YouTube as well. So if I just have my voice as the only audio, it doesn't really get muted. I don't play too salty live. I've honestly only had one negative experience in live play. Most players are they appreciate the fact that you're willing to play something pretty offbeat. So I don't really think they get as salty on there, or at least not locally around here, anyways. Yeah, he's actually trying to see if I'm not paying attention. Man, so salty. Yeah, I don't really know why people get onto you for playing Lantern. That just seems strange to me. I mean, the fact that you're willing to go on a limb and basically purchase a deck that has very little overlap with anything else, I think that counts for something. I mean, you basically have what? Glimmervoids. Glimmervoids are in Mox Opals, but the only cards that translate into any other decks in the format. Yeah, I mean, this guy, he honestly just doesn't understand the matchup. He's too mad to care to learn the matchup. He just randomly sacrifices his fetch lands for no reason. He didn't use fetch lands to protect draws. He actually really made no effort to protect his draws. He didn't save anything for when the Pithing Needles were down. I mean, it was just poor play. I'm playing the Sun Droplet build. I'm really not a huge fan of the ley lines. I feel like they can work, but I personally am not a huge fan of them. Maybe if I saw more Jund, I would do it. But also, I feel like the only time you can even bring them in is against Burn, because I don't even know if I'd want to side them in against Jund. Because I feel like the rest of your sideboard's so good there, and there's really only so many flex cards in the deck. I don't think you can do a two leyline split because I feel like if you're playing leylines, you have to mulligan for it. It's a 4 mana spell that if you draw into it, you're not gonna get to play it, or it's not you're not gonna get to play it in time for it to be meaningful. Anyways, they're gonna get you in the turn one. I mean, especially against Burn. Turn 4. I mean, if you're trying to protect yourself on turn 4, it's way too late. No, it doesn't. Serum Visions is bugged online. It does not show you the top card in their library. It's supposed to, but it doesn't. All right, give me a second. Back in 1 minute, guys. Yeah, I mean it is a very niche interaction, but I will call people on it live when they do it. I mean it's 90% of the time it's irrelevant, but hey, occasionally it can be useful. Especially because if you know that they bottomed it, you can get a much better idea what's in their hand and what they're digging for. Now this is sort of an interesting. We got a stirrings, but we don't have a bridge. We don't have a lantern. If we miss on the stirrings, it's pretty awful. This is mulligan. This is equally bad. No red source to set up the spell bomb. Mox Opal has nothing to turn it on. I don't have any way to use my discard. And I guess I'm going 5. Good enough. So basically the only saving grace this hand is that I have Black Eclipse plus discard. Does anybody remember what the tool is? What in the world is this? Oh, escape shift. Does anybody remember what the tool is on Windows that allows you to just copy paste their hand? Like Splitter or Splicer or something? Snipping, that's it. Thanks. It's definitely not a great hand. I do have Noxious, so I can blindly dig with Shredder. So I hit something useful. Again, not the best starting hand. That's sort of unfortunate. Oh, there's no reason to Noxious it because I don't have green. Ah, there we go. Might use it on the waste. Let's see if it counterspells me. I would. Although I guess I can just remand this. We counter in that. What are we waiting on? Cryptic? Yeah. Gonna go ahead and keep filling up my graveyard. I'm about to have a 5th land. I just have to keep him off Scape Shift if I can. I know he has one in hand. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No lands. Let's see. I guess I just hope for a surgical. I don't know about this matchup. I haven't really decided. Mulligan to 5 is just not going to go that well, ever. See if I can bait out the second Cryptic. Then I can duress the Scape Shift. Oh, I thought I'd... Nah. Yep. Well, let's play. I thought I had 2 mana up. One turn away from being safe. One turn. Oh. The saddest of days. Show me the combo. Never quite figured out my sideboarding plans here. Honestly, there's just not a whole lot going on. I mean, we got, there's occasionally some Stunning Silences. It's probably like the only game I might actually bring in a negate, just because he won't be expecting it. Pithing Needle isn't awful. You can get it on the Tribe Elders and on fetch lands. Ensnaring Bridges are next to useless, unless he brings in Obstinate Baloths. Highly unlikely. I just don't see it happening. Maybe I'll leave in 2. I don't know. Ancient Grudges on occasion. I'm not leaving in Ensnaring Bridges. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this. I mean, my sideboard could very well be wrong here, but I think it's close enough. I'd love to actually get to play a 7-card hand. Apparently not gonna get to here either. I am going to keep this because I have a Pithing Needle and I have Surgical Extraction. I think this is good enough. And I have Shrines. Spellskite's not fantastic. It can force them to have more mountains, simply because you can redirect a couple times, save yourself from 4 damage. Alright, let's see what he can do. Oh, he does have Obstinate Balos. Oh my gosh. That was not what I expected. Did I leave in any bridges? Oh no. Oh! Oh, I can't believe he conceded. What? Okay. I can't discard his Baloth. If you read it, if he gets discarded, he goes on the battlefield anyways. So, I can't do that. I guess the Ensnaring Bridges go back in again. I think I'm gonna bring in 3. Unsure on the 3rd Spellskite. I mean, I like it because it can redirect grudges, but I just don't see that as that important in this matchup. Tempted to take out 1 Spellskite to throw in another Bell. The Bells are huge. I mean, I have to learn. If I land Surgical Extractions, I win the game. I mean, that guy, poor guy. I can't believe he conceded though. I think I'm gonna run with this. That concession though, oh my gosh. Alright, this is okay. Oh no, it's good. It's a little slow. I'll have Green mana turn 2. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, 4 cards. Wow. Alright. Alright. Okay. Alright. Alright. I guess I guess that counts as a win. I don't really know if that counts as a win. Alright, I guess I'm gonna finish out this league. Since it ends on the 9th, I wanted to go ahead and get it closed out. I'm probably not gonna start another one uh, before the end of the season, so I'll probably start one next week again. I have MPRE this weekend, so unlikely to get another one done. Let's play one more game though. I don't know how bad his hands could have been to mulligan down to 4 with Scapeshift. Probably just super tilted after getting his Scapeshift Surgical. But I mean, that just goes to show. I mean, he can still win that game simply by playing out lands. And, you know, Balos. I mean, I don't think Balos are the correct decision to sideboard in unless you're positive your opponents can take out the bridges. I don't think most people will. I mean, it's definitely one of those sort of weird niche scenarios. I mean, it happens a lot in between like twin varieties, whether or not they're going to take out the combo or not. Here, I mean, taking out bridges seems odd. But I do feel like I needed that extra velocity. But I probably shouldn't have taken out all of them. I don't know if it has a better matchup. I think it's fine either way. There's definitely some varieties in Lantern builds that can screw with it. I run 2 surgicals, but I think is actually standard at the moment. If you play less surgicals, it's not as good of a matchup. Actually, if you run, I think it's 70-30. If you play with the ley lines, it's definitely at least 70-30. But basically, if you play ley lines over, which I think he is currently playing, he's playing droplets right now, I think. But ley lines makes that matchup fantastic. Jars are obviously or not jars. Droplets are useless. So yeah, I mean, it's sort of sideboard dependent. My sideboard is not where I want it to be at the moment. I think I'm going to take that negate out, put in a Ancient Grudge. Because I feel like Amulet Bloom, some of those other super fast Tron, stuff like that, I feel like the Ancient Grudge is better than a negate for, I mean, I think negate is more just a mind game. And honestly, I don't feel like mind games are great for this deck. Yeah, spheres are fantastic against us. I do not like that matchup at all. I know most people think it's okay. I am not a fan. Alright, this is a pretty iffy hand. I have bridge and only 1 land. I do have 3, I mean, 3 shredders are okay. I'm probably just going to play Spellbomb, though. I'm going to keep this. I have a bridge. I do need to draw lands, though. If I don't draw lands, I have a play on 2. I have a play on 2 as long as I can draw land. Spellbomb can definitely kill something. This is definitely a questionable keep. But I think that simply because we have enough 1 mana stuff that we can dump our hand, by the time we draw to 3 mana, our hand should be completely empty. Looking like we're playing... Oh, I thought something burned. Apparently not. Unless he missed a 1-drop. There we go. That's a good start. We go ahead and put out the Spell Bomb. Not sure what plays Wooded Foothills and doesn't have a 1-drop, though. Unless he just had a bad hand. That's sort of unfortunate. I can't Spell Bomb him because it'll bump him up to 2/3. Yeah, definitely Jund. It has to be. I'm perfectly fine with discarding there. He might have second Kolagons here. I feel like that was really preemptive. This is sort of iffy here. I think I'm going to go ahead and Inquisition. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. So the Kolagons command was a poor play on his part. I guess he wanted to get the Tarmogoyf bigger. I mean, fine, swinging for 5, that's great, but now he doesn't have a way to deal with Bridge. Should I manage to get it on the field? So if I don't draw a land, So I have to Abrupt Decay it here, so I can't play anything. He has Sea Bolts in hand, so no choice. He is actually going to be able to swing under. Alright. Going to 1. Oh, he hit Decay. GG. So if he doesn't have a red basic, wait, he has red. If I hit the swamp, right? Maybe he doesn't have another basic swamp. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's alright, I like this matchup. Game 1 can be a little rough, though. He had, 3 strong 8 cards in the top 15. Dark Confidant and Jund is a little strange nowadays, though. I don't think it's that common. Could be wrong in that regard, though. The spell bombs are fine here. They're not fantastic, but they're fine. Might still take one out, though. The rest of my cards are good. The rest of them are really, really useful in this matchup. Yeah, this game improves in the sideboard. The 3 welding jars are fantastic. You keep better hands as well. Although honestly, I don't think I would have mulliganed that hand for any reason. It was fine. I think I'm going with this. Pithing Needles are good here. Bringing in the 4th one is sort of a judgment call. I might consider just staying on 3 Pithings and bringing in the Spell Bomb again. But I think I'm going to keep this. This is a good hand. It's a 1-lander, but it's a good hand. We have a Shredder, we have a land, we have a Lantern, we have a bridge. Can't really ask for much better. Thoughtseize is unfortunate. But we have some good redundancy. I'm not too concerned. So that's interesting. He played his Inquisition instead of the Thoughtseize. Not really sure why. I wouldn't have shown that I had a second discard spell. It means I'm just going to keep my Stirrings and not even bother playing it next turn. Or he can take the Stirrings. Unexpected. Although I guess he was trying to avoid Stirrings in the land. I don't know. That's sort of a weird decision. He's never getting to draw that. My F2 is not working. Not super excited about him getting to draw a Tarmogoyf, but oh well. I guess he's gonna hold on to his Thoughtseize until I have 2 lands, and he's gonna go for the Ensnaring Bridge. I think that's a legitimate plan. Or you can go for it now. I don't like if he takes the Surgical, fine. I think he's almost certainly going to take the bridge. Yep. And then he's going to play his other Goyf, or I assume he's going to play his other Goyf. I am going to self-mill. I am looking for land. Well, yeah. Abbot's an interesting card. So, trying to decide if I want to mill him first to get a better idea. I'm taking 10. I kind of want to mill him, see if I hit some lightning bolts in the Surgical. If he hits lightning bolts, if he has lightning bolts in hand, I lose. I also have to dig for. I think I'm just dead actually. 10. Yeah, I don't think there's any way out of this. Well, no. Okay. So if he has 2 lightning bolts, if he has 2 lightning bolts, I lose. That's fine. Basically, I have to hit bridge next turn or I lose, which means I need to empty my hand as fast as I can. Well, no, they're 5/6s, so it doesn't matter. All right. So what in his hand could be backbreaking? That's the real question. Pyrite doesn't matter. Epiphany Needle doesn't matter. Maybe I just Surgical for Kolagons to make sure he doesn't have it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure just Surgical for Kolagons and then mill myself 4 times. So I'll get 5 looks at a bridge. 5 looks at a bridge. That's, I think, almost certainly my best plan here. Yeah. And I want to pay black, and I have a Mox Opal. Oh well, no, I don't have 3 lands. It doesn't matter, does it? No, I just lose. I think. Unless I can figure out a way to reduce. Kolagons is the only instant in the graveyard. Maybe if I hit the Kolagons, it reduces them down to 4/4s. I get an extra turn. Maybe. But I do think overall this is I'm probably just dead. Well, I guess if I draw a Spellskite, I survive for 1 more turn. So I Surgical the Kolagons, right? Yeah. I thought that was the only instant. Oh, no, Strength isn't it? Oh, Surgical is an instant. Yeah. So Spellscatter bust, right? No, I'm just dead. Let's see, would I have found it? Maybe. Well, no, that wouldn't work. I don't know. Anyways. Uh, 2-1 today. Although I don't know if I'd consider that second match to be an actual game. Yeah, that one was not. That series was not great. I don't know about that last game. That one was pretty odd. It's just hard to deal with that many Tarmogoyfs. And hitting, yeah, I mean, I guess I should have expected the turn 1 the Thoughtseize on the Stirrings. I just assumed he was going to take the bridge first. But that was pretty heads up play on his part to take the Stirrings instead of the bridge. I was definitely expecting to get to use that Stirrings for a second land. That was the goal, anyways. Because, I mean, you expect him to have at least one discard. 2 discards is pretty brutal. Although I don't think it would have mattered in that series. I think I was dead regardless. If I could have got that... Yeah, I mean, I needed to hit a land faster. But, yeah, if you guys... I would definitely go back. I will put these up on YouTube like I always do. I would definitely go back and look at that first series against Grixis Twin. That was a fantastic series. I mean, that was absolutely a great series, especially game 2. I mean, he was salty overall, which is sort of annoying. But game 2 had a pretty cool sequence on the first 4 or 5 turns, where I ended up just like not playing. I mean, I was sitting on 1 land, 5 cards in hand, for a long time because I was trying to avoid a Glimmer Void, artifact destruction blowout, because he had some engineered explosives. It was, and it was a pretty interesting sequence. I would go back and check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. I will probably do another one next week. I mean, I'll definitely do another one next week after the reset on the 10th, 11th. Oh yeah. All right. So plan on seeing me about a week from now, and I'll probably put up some casual videos later on in the week as well. Thanks, guys. Thank you for watching.